All right, so I think I solved my issue. So this is gonna be my intro. This is a 97 HA3 Honda Acti. Not all-wheel drive, this is rear-wheel drive. This is a daily driver of mine. And I've been having issues where the truck would just shut off. I wouldn't have any accessories. My AC wouldn't work. It would bog past like 20%. And I think I figured it out. It all points to the ignition switch. So a couple days ago I did a little cleaning there, and let me show you guys that. I wasn't gonna film this, but here we are, so might as well. I've been having trouble with my 97 Honda Acti HA3. Runs amazing, but sometimes when I turn it on, none of my accessories would work. So for example, best way to know that it would be this issue is your AC doesn't work. So you turn your ignition, none of your accessories work, and your AC doesn't come on, or maybe it blows but the AC doesn't actually work, then you know that it's going to be your ignition switch. And I've been having issue with this for a little while now. Recently it's been just shutting off randomly, wait a little while, then it'll come back on, and it just, you never know when it's going to happen. So here is the fix for that. This is the back of the ignition switch. All of this guy just goes right back here like this, and this sits on there like that, and it sits right back here. Just two bolts on either side, and then you pull the cap off, and look in here, there's like hair in there, and these guys look cooked. And then these guys in here, the contacts are also really beat up, so I'm going to sand them down, put it back together, clean it all up, and we'll see what happens from there. But this is what is the main culprit, I think. So let's see. All right, so this little guy goes in there like this. Pull that guy out, and then in here is extremely dirty. I took this little guy and ran it through in there, just kind of got all of this stuff out, all of this nasty residue. Look at that. So that was all in there. And then of course on the contact side, all of these guys, I got them sanded down a little bit. Not sanded, just one of these pads. Get them cleaned up, make sure one of these springs doesn't fall out, because one of them did fall out for me. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. Get that cleaned up, get this guy cleaned up. Let it sit around for a little while, sprayed it with some full contact electrical spray. Let it sit, clean it up, put it back together, and I still have to go and clean up the contacts on the other end. So I just put that piece back into the truck. It's, see this little white piece in here that clips onto the bottom part with the contacts, so it's in between the actual case and this black piece in here that I put back together. On this black piece I also scrubbed the contacts with the pad, got them all nice and clean, put it all back together. There is only one way that this can go. The pin that all of this sits into is a T. There's only one way that it can sit and obviously bolt together, otherwise it won't sit properly. So get that back together. It's pretty simple, not really that big of a deal. I know it looks a little intimidating, but it's not that bad. Also going to change the ICM and some other things, basic maintenance as well. But I recommend, if you're having issues with just the truck shutting off randomly and accessories not working, etc. like that, then you should definitely grab a new switch or do this. So let's see. Powered right on. Everything's running great. All right, so everything looks great. Truck is running great. But like I mentioned before, I was not having a no start issue. I was having a no accessories, no AC, and anything past like 20% throttle, the truck would just bog. So the last couple times that happened, I would just shut it off, turn it back on. Sometimes same thing, so I would just tap on the ignition switch a couple times with my knee, and it's almost like, you know, when you do the whole thing with your starter and you tap it with a hammer, it's like the contacts would free up. That was always my initial thoughts. So like you guys saw earlier, I took that initial switch apart, bottom side of the cap comes off, and then take it all apart, clean it up, put it back together. There's only one way that it can go together, so I won't really know if that did fix it, unless obviously it dies again. Hopefully it just doesn't. But tomorrow is Cars and Coffee in the morning, so I guess that'll be my little test drive. A little bit of a risky one, but no big deal if this thing dies. We've got the rescue vehicle right here. So that's gonna be it for this clip.